thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself in this coupe. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I
job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay. Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Damn, Jerry. Somebody on their period today.
Good
Salute
grief.
to everybody out there in Dallas Cowboy Nation. It's your boy, Henny DeMoore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. And beneath me, I have an individual so diabolically sinister, he cannot show his face to the general public. They say it will cause mass hysteria and mass suicides if he is able to gaze upon y'all. So, for your own personal safety, we have landlord, just a picture. A picture is enough. So we just got a picture of landlord up in a black
Hold
space.
on. Wait a minute. If it's this bad on what the day is, October 16th, I could just imagine for Halloween. Like you're gonna have some ghouls and goblins come on the screen. What you gonna do?
Man, I'm just gonna pray. Like I might not even do a show. It's too dangerous to be around you. They say like the border between this world and the next world get a little thinner on October the 31st. So like all your demons and goblins and ghouls that you be hanging with, they'll be able to just actually physically reach out and touch us. So
Hold on, wait a minute, chill out. Shout out to Tamika because I needed them kind words. She said, "Landlord is a king of the trap, representing Cowboys." I needed those great words when you're dealing with your people that's supposed to be your people, but they really not your people. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got going on today, man. So shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate you. I needed that uplifting words right there. I needed that.
Listen, you need a lot more because they gonna find out that you drove Jerry to all those Diddy parties and this ain't gonna be real. And I know that for a fact.
Hey man, listen, all those terrible, sinister words you said about me don't even get to describe Jerry Jones halfway. So let's talk about what he got going on. That's just half of Jerry Jones right now. This man is he's gone mad, ain't
he? Now listen. People want the spotlight and the attention and all that other good stuff when everything is good. When the Dallas Cowboys are winning Super Bowls or when they are winning games and they're positive feedback, Jerry Jones want to have his happy ass up there. Just like Diddy, back in the day, Diddy used to be dancing. See, there's a lot of parables between Jerry Jones and Diddy because when everything was good, Diddy would be dancing in everybody's video, just out there doing the bullshit. That's Jerry Jones, want to be the center of attention. But the moment that some shit hit the fan, it's everybody else's fault. You don't get to tell Jerry Jones about all the mistakes that he made. You don't get to tell Jerry Jones that you should have signed Derrick Henry. You don't get to tell Jerry Jones that you waited till right before kickoff to sign your quarterback to the most lucrative contract in NFL history. You don't get to tell Jerry Jones about the fact that had you got ahead of the CeeDee Lamb deal, you would have had money to go shopping and go out there and get more free agents. And hey, what's up with you, Robert? Yeah, you can live chat if you type in on Twitter. I can still see you in the chat box, man. So shout out to everybody out there on Twitter. Shout out to everybody out there on YouTube. And I know that Len got his Facebook attached along with his YouTube as well. So salute to everybody out there, man.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to the trap, man. Salute to all the people, man, supporting us, independent content creators, man. We can't do this without y'all. We really do appreciate everything y'all do, man. For real.
Yeah, y'all the real MVPs for real though, man. But hey, I'm just saying though, man, like criticism, you have to have criticism. There is not a person in the world, a player in the world, a coach in the world that is above criticism. Tom Brady is probably the most decorated, best player in the world. He's the GOAT right now, right? You can say Patrick Mahomes is coming up to take that, but right now, Tom Brady, 7-time Super Bowl champion, is the GOAT with all the accolades that he has. And even Tom Brady had things that he could be criticized on, right? Even Tom Brady himself had things. He didn't play a perfect game every time he went out there. There's been games that Tom Brady had more picks than touchdowns. There have been games that Tom Brady was bad, right? So even when you go to the extremes of somebody like a Tom Brady, you could criticize Tom Brady for some of the things he did not do right.
It was
Jerry
stretches
Jones.
where Tom Brady was bad too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there were game stretches. There was a month of bad play for Tom Brady. The Spygate stuff, right? There's stuff you could criticize Tom Brady about, just like there's stuff you could criticize Bill Belichick about over his career, right? So Jerry Jones, for you to sit here and have your panties so far up your ass about them asking you, some simple, straightforward questions. You're the general manager, Jerry Jones. So if a coach is not coaching well, if a player is not playing well, it still ends with you. Because guess what? You signed the coach. You signed the contract to bring the player in. If the player is on a rookie contract, you drafted him. So guess what? Just like you said before, the buck starts and stops with me. Well, guess what? Everything good you did, that's fine. But you also got to address yourself with all the bullshit you done, Jerry Jones. With all the bullshit that you done, you have to be held accountable for that too, bro. You can't get mad and have a little hissy fit every time somebody points out when you're fucking up. Len, you there, man?
Yeah, yeah, I'm listening. I got you. I'm just in my environment a little loud right now.
Oh, you good, kinfolk. So see, I told you, landlord is in hell right now, over a cauldron, putting hexes on niggas as we speak.
Wait a minute, time out. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? That's not
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. So
It
listen,
ain't
man.
even Halloween yet. But yeah,
Hey,
man, Jared, that right there alone to me is really alarming, man, when you think about it, because if you act like that with criticism, then what does that say about your counsel, the people that you got around you? You see what I'm saying? What does
mm-hmm,
that say about them? Because obviously you don't get criticized much. And if you do, you treat it like, it's an ambush, it's an attack. So that's not good, man. To me, that sounds like he basically got a bunch of yes men around him that let him get away with anything and say and do anything. And that's not
mm-hmm,
that's not good for no type of leader. Like that's not leadership, that's dictatorship right there. And that's when you got a problem in the organization. We wonder why all this dysfunction come from. It starts at the top. But don't nobody want to talk about that. Some kind of way, every year, every day, they know how to trick us, and then it end up all our attention end up on the players and the coaches. I don't know how they do this stuff every year. This is the biggest swindle of all time. Every year they find a way to trick us and have us focus on the wrong things. But we all know what the real problem is. It is the Joneses and it starts at the top. A dude that behave like that, he can't run a functioning organization, not a successful one. This thing,
mm-mm.
I think the Cowboys just on autopilot at this point. So two chimpanzees and a goddamn unicorn can run this organization and make money off of it right now.
Yeah. And let me ask you a question, man. Uh, Jerry Jones is what? The general manager, right? The GM. So what is a general manager judged on? They're judged on the draft. They're judged on what they do in free agency, and they're judged on playoff success. Those are the things that keeps a general manager in the position that they're in, right? But the Jerry Jones, as general manager, has only succeeded in winning 4 playoff games in the last 20 years. There is not a singular franchise that will allow that level in ineptitude and let you stay as a general manager. You don't get 20 opportunities, 20 plus opportunities to build a championship team and continue to do it. You don't get 20 shots. It's no shit like that. And there's been better GMs that have been fired. Like the Chiefs fired their before they got the one that they got. The Chiefs fired their GM after a 12-4 season, and then they got the guy in right now that built the Super Bowl teams, right? So Jerry Jones as general manager, how can you be held accountable when the accountability that most other GMs would face is losing their damn job? It doesn't make sense. How can Jerry Jones be held accountable or be accountable when he still is allowed to be the general manager, build these teams when he's failed time in and time out? No other general manager job, nobody else would have survived this. Nobody else. You look around the league. Matter of fact, I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's a crazy
It's
situation.
bad, man. It's bad, man. And I hate the fact that, like you said, he's a dictator. You know what I'm saying? He's a dictator, and the unfortunately thing about dictators is you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing about it. The best thing we can do is just, you don't want to root against your team, but you got to make sure, you got to kind of hope it don't be successful so somebody can notice a change needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing we can do at this
Matter,
point.
matter of fact, I found it because I had the same conversation with my boy Robert from Twitter, and Skywalker had also tapped in and gave some insight too. So this is what shout out to Skywalker still, by the way. But this is what he also said. 'Cause we were having the same conversation because we were talking about general managers, and they were talking about well, you got to also give Jerry credit for the 12-5 seasons, right? But I was like, no, like if you lose in the playoff consistently and don't win, you get fired. So he gave some examples. Scott Pioli, who was the general manager for the Chiefs, he was fired after going 12-4 and failing to advance in the playoffs after 4 years. So playoff success led to him the lack of playoff success led to him losing his job, even though they had winning seasons. The Chargers fired A.J. Smith for failing to advance 10 consecutive. The Colts fired Bill Polian after 6 straight 12-win seasons without a Super Bowl win. I think it was back when Peyton Manning was there. So, I'm not really sure what the hell is going on. But there's not – I really can't think of another situation like what's going on in Dallas because the general manager is not usually also the owner. And Robert, I mean, that may be the case, but you can't fire the entire 53. At the end of the day, if a unit is messing up, you either fire the coach, or you fire the GM, or you fire both. That is what they do around the league. That is exactly what happens around the league. So I am sorry that I'm sorry that I don't want Jerry Jones to have infinite number of opportunities to get it right. Because nobody else is given that luxury. Nobody else around the league is given that luxury. Sure, you could argue that players get coaches fired and that coaches, get their GMs fired. But it is what it is. That's how it works. You don't if you
Yeah,
fail 20 times, you shouldn't get a 21st time.
right. And like we talking about, do he get credit for the 12-5 years? What about the rest of the years?
Mm-hmm.
What about the Jason Garrett era?
Yeah, the Jason Garrett era, the era. Because listen, he's been a GM since Troy Aikman. So the period in time after Troy Aikman, when Troy Aikman was in his twilight years and they couldn't win no championship game, no playoff games. He's responsible for that. He's responsible for the Roy Williams move. He's responsible for putting the Dallas Cowboys in cap hell, and Stephen Jones needing to be the one to come and save them. Why Stephen is so uptight now? He had to go.
Exactly.
So like there's been plenty out. There's been plenty. There's also, but to be fair, there's also him putting Will McClay in position, and Will McClay being one of the best drafters in the National Football League. He gets credit for stuff like you let him credit for him card. He had a sleep to get that deal done. No Diddy, but he literally slept over at Jerry Jones' crib to get that done. So I'm not saying that Jerry did wrong. It's not. I'm not saying that he spots, but I'm saying overall enough for the average GM to get fired.
Of course, he's not being held accountable for what he does, man. Everybody knows that. Nobody that got Jones on their name could be held accountable.
With that thought process. You know what I mean? What more possibly do?
Nobody with Jones on their last name is being held accountable.
It's a conflict of interest. There be only owners that will make fire the general manager. They're one and the same. But the issue is the general managers don't work out because the ones, the general managers are the ones that sign the coaches, that bring the coaches in. So
Exactly. Can you hear me?
are we still here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I had a little bit of service issue. I live in the woods, man.
Yeah, my service ain't the best either, but yeah, man, I think if you got Jones on your last name, you're not being held accountable.
Mm-mm.
You're not being held accountable at all. And that's pretty much, dang, my fault. That's pretty much the biggest thing that's wrong with this team. That's pretty much the biggest thing wrong with this team because nobody's being held accountable. If you do stupid stuff for 28 years in a row and never get in trouble, what kind of person you think that's gonna be?
An impotent child. That's what it is. An impotent child. You be. And listen, this man's an 82-year-old man acting like a little bitch about some shit that he did. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm not a fan of them radio niggas that he talk bad to. They was up here talking crazy about new media not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not really upset that they got treated like that. But like seeing Jerry Jones crack up and lose his composure. That tells me that it's effective. Shout out to my pops in the man. I see paying body service. I get I was right now. I'm not super deep in the woods, but I'm in the woods. So from time to time, I end up in tripping. But big deal, I want to pray for in me. I get up, man. My service just tripped. Yeah, y'all still there? my Wi-Fi been acting up recently, man. And listen, I done called Steve at this point. I don't know what is going on. I'm trying to open this so I can. Said Jerry used to people kissing his ass. He don't like it. Yeah, Jerry trying to stop me from speaking that real, man. But I ain't gonna let him. If I find a spouse, see, this is a mean one. Uh, and when like I could use this spot. You can't hear me. You know, let me know what the audio sounds like real quick, man. Hold on. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, cool. So I was breaking up. Shit. Hold on, let me try and play this video real quick. That's Jerry Jones and his feelings right there, man. Yeah, that's Jerry Jones and his little feelings right there, man. He said, okay. Where landlord and disappeared to? There you go. You back, kinfolk?
Yeah. I was asking because y'all hear me, y'all can't hear me.
Yeah, man. Like the Wi-Fi monster, like Jerry paid the Wi-Fi people at this point, man. Anytime, and listen, I'm a conspiracy theorist person myself, so I think anytime that you hear that his name comes up in something, like he just interrupts the programming.
He ain't with that. If you holding Jerry accountable, you heard how he act now. He probably got everybody Wi-Fi on a button. He just pushing and it's over with.
Well, damn, I don't know. Like our sound is jacked up because I played a video for them. They said they couldn't even hear it.
Yeah, we building that plane. Shout out to Mafia in the building. I ain't seen you in a minute, my boy.
Yeah, matter of fact, Mafia had sent me over the video that I was trying to play, but it's tweaking right now. I don't know what's going on with my setup.
Can y'all hear me? Give me a one. They said never heard landlord. Y'all can hear me now?
They can probably hear you now.
Oh, okay.
It said
But
landlord
yeah,
chasing Jerry Jones off a bridge.
I need to. I need to. Okay, we good. We good.
All
Y'all
right.
got to bear with us, man. Y'all know we trying. We got different circumstances. We just trying to give y'all a good show. It's best we know how right now. It's on the fly, so y'all just bear with us.
All right, God is good. They saying they can hear us now, man. So let's keep cooking.
Okay. But I'm pretty sure we beat that dead horse of Jerry Jones is a dictator. He is the modern day. He's the cowboy version of that dude. I don't even want to say his name, but
Hitler.
yeah. So you just gonna say it? Go ahead.
Man, listen, we don't care about getting canceled, man. They don't listen. They don't pay us enough for me to be concerned getting canceled. Like, so yeah, man. Like he's a dictator, and he acting like a dictator. Cause
Oh Lord, time out though. Time out though. Uh, why is your daddy always hating on Bama? Like, what did we do to you? What did we do to you, sir?
he just like hating on Alabama. Like it's a past time. Nobody like
Look,
Alabama.
he and Pops be hate. He don't even speak to me. He just be like, tell landlord Bama gonna lose. Like that. I see where he ain't getting from, y'all. Hey, you can tell he a good real sports fan though. He don't even speak. He just be like, "That's landlord. Yeah, tell him Bama sorry." Like that's crazy. But yeah,
Man,
man. Okay, what else we gonna talk about? I'm tired of the miserable Jerry Jones talk, man. Come on,
all right.
it's devastating. It's devastating.
It's devastating. I think the Wi-Fi monster tried to poke his head in again. Can you hear me still?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, let's talk about
Okay, we good.
let's talk about Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb not being on the same page, but being at the top of the charts, and that not really equating to points. So let's just show you the graphic. Despite your offense not being worth a damn, Dak Prescott is currently third in the National Football League in passing yards, and CeeDee. Oh, I don't remember this man really even catching passes in the second half of games. Fifth right now with 460. So despite them never being on the same page, despite the fact that CeeDee Lamb is bracket covered, double covered, trying to be actively taken out of the game, they're both still on pace. Like CeeDee Lamb is on pace to have 1,300 yards, and Dak Prescott is on pace to throw for damn near 5,000.
Despite the fact that you can't muster up no run game to speak of, and your offensive line is playing like crap, even your all pro, all world right guard, Zach Martin. So, hey, all we can say is it's still hope because the only thing we can do is get better. We
Yep,
can only play better. That's all.
because they're not on the same page at all. Dak Prescott isn't playing his best brand of football. CeeDee Lamb has completely, you know, blew his routes multiple times in games. Even this last game, this man, and I know that Dak Prescott threw the right ball because if you watch it back on the All 22, CeeDee Lamb ran a go route directly into the double coverage because they had a safety over top. Dak Prescott threw it like it should have been an out route. Where Dak Prescott threw it, CeeDee Lamb would have had a completion and a first down. So I'm guessing the quarterback was right. I'm guessing the person that did not miss camp was right on this one. I'm just saying.
Now, what did I tell you in that same sequence? Look, the sequence before that hits CD on a slant route, and CD basically got manhandled and out physical and didn't catch the ball. After that, next thing you know, the next series, they going down the field, CD run the wrong route. The next thing you know, we go for it on 4th and 2, and Dak Prescott chooses Turpin on a whip route opposed to throwing it to CeeDee Lamb on the out route. So, I mean, now that looks egregious, it sounds egregious, but if I'm in the mind of a quarterback, I'm thinking to myself, is CD going to run his route?
Exactly.
Can I trust him to be what he's supposed to be?
And
Like,
to be
these are the
fair,
things that go over your head.
oh, I was gonna piggyback on what you were saying. Also, shout out to DC for Life Texas for the 4-month membership with the message. He said, "Jerry, leave Jerry alone so Stream will work."
You ain't lying.
Nah, we're gonna talk bad about him though, man. But I was also gonna say, even on that play, CeeDee Lamb still hadn't even beat his man by the time that Dak Prescott decided to go to the whip route. He would have had to lead CD. He would have had to throw CeeDee Lamb open on that play, and that would have took a lot of trust that I don't believe that he has in that man right now. Cause think about it, who outside of Jalen Tolbert, who has really showed up for Dak Prescott? Jalen Brooks slipped on what should have been a completion, turned that to an interception.
On
CeeDee
the
Lamb
banana field.
like they slipped out of nowhere. That man slipped on the turf monster. CeeDee Lamb has ran numerous routes that have put Dak Prescott in a bind. He ran the wrong route on what should have been a touchdown. Ran the wrong route even on multiple plays. Like I can go through a list. I could go through a low light list of CeeDee Lamb running the wrong play through the first 6 weeks, right? So who outside of Jalen Tolbert has not left Dak Prescott out to dry?
Jalen Tolbert has been one of our only bright spots. Hunter Luki has been a bright spot. That's right, Mafia. I agree. I've
Yep.
become a Hunter fan. I told him, If that boy give me a couple more weeks, I might have to go get that jersey. Like, I'm rocking with Hunter big time. I'm not lying to you. Like, Hunter been playing ball. But I don't think he did. I don't think he had a lot of opportunities last game. Like, I'm not mad at Mike on that 4th-and-2 call. A lot of people gonna be mad at him, but I'm not, because I don't trust this run game either. But at the same time, it's hard to trust the passing game too right now. But
Your
if
offensive
I was a
line
betting
sucks.
man, I'd go ride with the passing game. But look, we could have compromised. I believe in Hunter Luke running the ball. I really do. I would have handed that ball to Hunter Luke on the 4th-and-2.
Oh yeah, he said Ryan Flournoy caught one of Dak Prescott passes, went up the field and fumbled.
You can't trust none of these dudes, bro. You
Yep.
can't trust none of these dudes. But look, though, I promise y'all, man, I don't want to be the I told you so guy, and I'm trying to be right guy. I was trying to prevent a lot of this stuff, bro. Like, we got look, the players that we have, they're not horrible players. They just not as good as what we needed. That's the only thing. Like, do it matter if they good players if they're not what we need right now? Like, we needed some extraordinary players. Like, we needed some players who could change a game. Like, with CDs, now listen, if the Dallas Cowboys don't get the memo by now, CD Lamb get in his diva mode and checks out a game. That look like something that's trending, and that look like something that we might have to deal with for years to come. If they don't get the idea to say, hey, maybe we need another receiver to go to when CD Lamb want to check out and act like a girl. Like, that might be something that they need to keep in their mind. Like, maybe when CD want to go crazy, we can have another guy to be like, okay, let's go. So CD Lamb then need a number 2 wide receiver over there. So we won't have to be dependent solely on CD Lamb, because I don't like the fact that he check out of games. I'm sorry. I love CD as a wide receiver, but this lately, I can't tolerate that, bro. Like, these games are too important. They too important for you to be checking out in periods of the game. Like, Dak
Hold
Prescott looking
on.
like, go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, Lawrence. Cause I know you didn't try to do that, but you put the upward arrow, right? You put the upper arrow, yes. And there's a dude named Clap Cheeks said Nick Chubb clapped my cheeks at the Diddy party. Then the next tweet under that is you with the upper arrow saying yes. I know you didn't try to respond to that one, but that shit is funny as hell on my end. That shit is hilarious. Oh shit! I'm sorry, man. Like, you read some of the comments in here, man. This shit crazy.
I'm glad I didn't see that. I don't even know where I was. Now, thanks a lot, Mr. Diddy.
Yeah, he's on your end too, man. So like you got the freaky niggas in your chat box
Oh,
this time.
Lord.
So I need somebody in the trap to go ahead and shoot Clap Cheeks in the head, cause he got a Diddy picture and everything up.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause I can see both streams. You commented on in my YouTube, but he's on one of Landlord's streams, so they all come in. So it's just funny. That nigga said free Diddy. Nah, hell, get him out. Get him gone. Get him gone.
we in so much distress right now. I needed that laugh, though. But, man, where was we, man? Diddy had to come and mess up everything.
I told you, he just like Jerry, he just trying to jump in the middle, be the center of
Just a
attention.
distraction. Just
But
a distraction.
you were finna say something about Dak Prescott, because we were talking about what the hell were we talking about? I'm old, man. I can't be.
I'm
doing
older than you, so you know I'm doomed.
Not doomed.
I'm doomed.
Oh, you talking about CeeDee Lamb not acting right? 'Cause we need another weapon.
Oh, yeah, we definitely need somebody to power CD, bro. Real talk. Like, and it shouldn't be a utility guy or a specialist. It needs to be a star. It needs to be a star. And if we don't get it right next year, bro, I don't know what to tell y'all. This team is held hostage right now because of CD Lamb. And I'm not acting like he the only problem. Like, don't get that twisted. Don't twist my words. I'm not pushing the narrative. But I'm telling you straight up, if CD don't want to act right, what would his offense do?
Fold.
It's nothing we can do, bro. Like, that's our best player. If he's not in it mentally, what are we gonna do? And I'm telling you right now, I really think the fact that he's getting double teamed, Dak Prescott could barely get to his read, no long developing plays, and then it looked like when he do get open, Dak ain't got enough time to throw it to him, or maybe Dak throw the ball wrong, but maybe he throw it up in another direction, or maybe they ain't on the same page. I know how that can be super frustrating, but at the same time, you just can't check out the game, though, sir. You one of the leaders on this team. We need you all 4 quarters. Like, we really could have won one of them games, and he just checked out. I can't remember which one it was.
Was
He
it
just checked out.
was it the Ravens game?
It might have been the Ravens game.
Well,
He just
remember,
checked out.
in the second half, it was Jalen Tolbert making plays. It was Turpin making plays. Like, CeeDee Lamb was on the sideline for some of that shit.
See, that's all I'm saying. Like, after this year, bro, we definitely need to be going wide receiver super high. Just so CD won't even have that type of leverage over this team. And I told y'all in the beginning of the year, I didn't predict him to be acting like this, but I did say, just imagine if something was to happen to CD Lamb, it shouldn't be a wide receiver that can end your season. It just could. The only person that should end your season is an injury to your quarterback. That's it. That's it. It shouldn't be a wide receiver. And now, all the stuff I said about these skill positions, I know we need offensive line, but tell me the truth. If this O-line block, let's say 75% of the play right, don't you think a dynamic back might be able to make something happen with that? Like, every play ain't going to be blocked perfectly, y'all. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Every play design ain't going to work out correctly. Go look at some of these talented backs. They make it happen when the play don't work out well. Like, do you know how rare it is for everybody to block perfectly when you not playing the Cowboys? I say that because they block perfectly against us.
I was finna
But
say, like,
yeah,
I see 17 weeks of perfect blocking. So
yeah, yeah. That's just when you're playing us. But do you know how rare it is for your play to go perfectly and work out exactly the way it was designed? Like, that don't really happen that much. It's always gonna be one person that screw it up. It's gonna be your tight end not blocking. It's gonna be your right tackle can't hold his block. It's gonna be somebody that screw it up. You need somebody with enough talent that's dynamic and explosive enough to be able to, work on the fly, come up with something. Like, I asked him the other day, I said, when the last time you seen us? When the last time you seen one of our running backs change field or something? Like, bounce it back, go the opposite way of the play. You don't see stuff like that because they know that they are not capable of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They like, nah, I can't make it, so I'm not even gonna try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need players that's explosive enough to freelance sometimes. Like, especially at a running back. Like, I've seen plenty of plays where, you could tell where the run was designed to run it. Bro, if that ain't open, don't just go in there and ball up and fall. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, you still got a chance, or you might have a chance to bounce it out or go outside or go another way. We don't see our running backs improvise like that at all.
hmm And listen, I'm not going to take that away from you because it's very true. The Dallas Cowboys we don't have home run hitters in the backfield, man. Like, the Dallas Cowboys run game is going to listen, at its best when everybody is blocking well. Your run game is going to be 5 yards, 4 yards, a couple 10, 15 yards. You don't have anybody on your team that's going to house call anything. You're not going to get the 40-yard explosive run that you had with Tony Pollard. You're not going to get the 30-plus yard run that you used to have with Ezekiel Elliott when he was still young. Right, like, that explosive aspect of your run game is gone. And I think it's really an aspect that we miss. Because even teams like the 49ers, the Ravens, right, they run the ball consistently and they can live with the 2 to 3 to 4 yard runs because they know eventually those runs are going to turn into 10, 15, 20. Might get a 40-yard run, right? They know that their backs can take the distance, and they got multiple backs that can do it, right? Dallas Cowboys don't have a singular back that you are scared they're going to take the ball and hit their head on the goalpost. It is what it is. Like, the Dallas Cowboys got a bunch of short yardage backs, to be honest with you.
Do you know how rare it is for an NFL team to not have a young running back that they're excited about.
Rare.
That's crazy, bro.
Cause
And
even
we just ignored it for 2-3 years in a row.
Because listen,
That's crazy.
even the team that got established running backs, like you said, they got some young guys behind them. Like the Bills already had James Cooks, who's one of who was already himself a young up and coming running back, right? One of the better running backs in the league. They still went out and got Ray Davis. They still went out and got Frank Gore Jr. They still had Ty Johnson on the roster. So like they have the guy that's already established and some guys behind him that you don't mind seeing them get the football. You, right, you talk about the Baltimore Ravens. I know they got Derrick Henry, but they also got Justice Hill. Right? They didn't just stop with one guy. And then they got another young running back that coming back from injury. So
That's what I'm telling y'all, man. It's kind of crazy. Like, and I know the O line ain't doing great, but I want y'all to know it ain't many O lines that's gonna have these amount of players that we got on there. Like a lot of O lines might have 1 star on there. They might have 2 stars, and you got 5 players. If you got 2 stars out of there and a good person, you pretty damn good. You might be one of the upper echelon O lines in the league. Like I'm not here talking about matter of fact, the O line is perfectly fine. I'm not finna sit up here and keep talking about the O line because I don't want them to go right back and draft another first round O lineman. I swear to y'all, I might be bald head the next time y'all see me at that happen. Like I'm gonna be West Coast. Shout out to West Coast. I'm gonna have a clean head like West. When the next time y'all see me, if they drop another first round offensive lineman and neglect these field positions, I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna be out of. Now I know, look, like we said, the O-line ain't playing great, but which one been neglected the most, y'all? How many first round O-line talent we done put out here? How many first round O-line, D-line talent we done put out here? Name your first round wide receiver.
CeeDee Lamb.
Name another one.
There is no other one. They don't believe in doing that.
Name your first round running back.
Ezekiel Elliott.
How many years ago was that?
Almost 10. It was 2016.
2016. Now, listen. Now, even if you don't agree with landlord, can we not come to a common ground and say that our skill positions have been neglected, at least to a certain degree? Come on, y'all. Let me know, chat. Let me know, am I crazy? Our skill positions have been neglected, y'all. For real. They've been neglected. Think about that. How much capital have you put in this wide receiving corps? You don't even have a second round wide receiver, people. You don't even have a second round wide receiver out here, and y'all want Dak to be the greatest of all time. He got CeeDee Lamb. Why you think everybody's doubling this dude? And hey, are you ready for this? Because I'm ready to address the elephant in the room. I'm sick of this. I'm not protecting nobody. And I know this team put me through so much misery. They might need to hear this shit and get mad too. I'm sorry. Listen, we can't keep protecting Jake Ferguson either. Now, I know he had an injury, but Jake ain't been doing nothing. Like, not to the degree that we thought. Now, I ain't going to say he ain't been doing nothing, but to the degree we thought, we looked at Jake as the number 2 option on this team. We ain't seen Jake be like that this year. Now, was last year just his fluke season? We need Jake to pick it up a lot, y'all. Real talk. Like, Jake got to get rid of it, bro. Jake got to get rid of it.
Can I be fair?
Go ahead.
They're doubling his ass, too.
Damn. But look, that's what happens when you only got 2 weapons out here. That's what happens.
Listen, the first play of the game, they were like, damn, why did Dak throw that to Jay? He wasn't open. Dak did not expect that man to be double teamed. They doubled that man. They said F the slot. And there were multiple other plays throughout the course of the game where Jay Ferguson was double teamed. And listen, it's crazy because they're living and dying by that. They will double CeeDee Lamb and they will double Jake and they will say, fuck it, somebody else gonna have to beat you. But when both of your best players play in the interior play in the interior, cause they line Jake up in the slot a lot also. it's easier to really just flood the middle of the field, play diving, play pretty much like a triangle coverage and cover those boys, man.
Okay,
So,
let's say this. Like I said, I did give Jake some injury grace,
but
but
I'm
I'm
also
just
saying
saying.
I understand. I'm just saying also I don't think Jake Ferguson can beat double team either. Like he ain't like
Me either.
he juicy, but he ain't got that Paul. But he ain't got that kind of juice.
Yeah, big pause. But
Big
I'm just
Paul.
saying, man. I'm just saying. Like, okay, listen. Even if you disagree with me, did Fergie live up to what you thought he'll be in this year so far after these 6 games? What's your letter grade for what you got from Ferguson then?
Maybe a
Since
C.
since since I'm wrong, let me know what would you grade him. Give me a letter grade, check. Give me a letter grade.
Well, who said you wrong though? Because like you said he hasn't
No,
lived up to
no,
his
I see some
expectations.
people disagreeing. It's cool. This is a constructive conversation. I don't gotta be right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how I feel, and now we can talk about it. Like let's see how y'all feel.
I mean, Charles, you are right. The ball, Dak Prescott gave Jake Ferguson the best pass he possibly could. Under duress, it hit him in both of his hands, and then the ball hit the ground. So, there have been plays that Jake Ferguson has not made for us as well. So, like, more than one thing could be true. Because, listen, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Now, okay, I see a lot of C's so far, but what did we expect from Ferg?
all
We were
pro
saying
season.
Ferg was going to be an all pro. We were saying Ferg was going to be an A plus.
Okay.
Come on now.
And for context, we're not getting what we want from Jake Ferguson. But when you look at where he ranks among tight ends, he's still at the top.
Now that
He,
might just have something to do with the way we constructed our team, which
uh,
goes back to full circle to us needing a damn wide receiver. Go ahead.
Yeah, Brock Bowers leads the entire NFL in reception yards by tight ends with 384. I know that's your boy, so you can take your victory lap on that one.
Man, I've
Uh,
been scouting Brock Bowers since he was a freshman, and I was praying he could be a Cowboy. Like I knew that boy was like that, man. But I just hate that we can't never get one like that.
yeah, I know, right? Dallas Goddard is next with 301 yards. Cole Kmet is third with 289. George Kittle is fourth with 283. The Falcons' Kyle Pitts is fifth with 263. Jake Ferguson is number 6. He has 240 yards on the season. That's more than Travis Kelce, Zach Ertz, Hunter Henry, and Dalton Kincaid. And we also got to remember Jake Ferguson missed the game. So, to be fair, I expected Jake Ferguson to be at the top of the list because he's your number 2 option. I expected him to be way higher on this list than everybody else because I expected him to get more opportunities. But to also be fair, when you compare him to the other tight ends in the league, he's still top 10.
Okay, that's so maybe like I said, okay, I like I said, I don't have to be right. I'll say this. Maybe it's just the construction of our team. Because not only did we expect more from Ferg, we needed more. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Maybe we shouldn't need that much from our tight end. So that might be what it is. If he's still one of the highest, and then he getting the targets too. So like maybe we shouldn't need that much from our tight end, which, like I said once again, goes full circle, telling me that I need a wide receiver.
Yeah, you need more. But listen, what you said isn't wrong because you are right. We expected Jake Ferguson partially to have a better season than what he's having right now because we also expected him to be the bona fide number 2 option on the team.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think Jake Ferguson has scored a touchdown this year.
Now think about this. We can say it's not all doom and gloom. We'll say this. I feel like he got nicked. I don't feel like Jake Ferguson is 100% right now, just being fair. So after the bye, hopefully he come back rejuvenated, fresh, and healed, and ready to play ball. You know what I'm saying? Popping one of them and go crazy. So now it's not the end of the world, but I'm just talking about the state of the team right now. I think that's fair. We expected more from Ferg, and we didn't get it. We expect way more from Dak Prescott. We're not getting it. We expected way more from CeeDee Lamb. We're
We're not
not
getting
getting
it.
it. We expecting more from who else? Brandon Cooks. He been hurt for the past 2 games, but I think he started off okay, honestly though. I really do.
Nah. That he had a good first game. He had
Oh, he had a
91.
good first game.
He had 90. He had 91 yards, bro. He had 91 yards on the season, and he played multiple games. Like I listen. I am way more lenient with Brandon Cooks than you are. What the hell you been getting for Brandon Cooks is not cutting it. Just straight
Okay,
up.
okay. See me, I have to overcompensate sometimes because I was going crazy. They made it to where I was the Brandon Cook hater of the year. You know what I'm saying? They made it to where I was the Brandon Cook hater of the year. Every time I said something about Brandon Cook last year, everybody got mad at me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be fair. I don't have no agenda. I'm just trying to figure out a way that we can discuss some good ideas so this team can win. I ain't saying they're going to do it, but hey, we can still write this down and say, hey, we had a good idea. It looked like they implemented this, and they didn't implement this. They probably should have. You know what I'm saying? We can have tabs on the improvements that they'll try to install after the bye.
Man, what's up, my boy Big Simple? Listen, I actually am happy for the offense, man. Y'all ever since y'all let go of Kirk Cousins, so I found you a quarterback. Beat these NFC East. Good, yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Big Simple. With the Cowboys. Let me see. Everybody else would probably be better because you'll have more time to drop. You'll have more. You'll have more flexibility. Dak Prescott would be running. He could throw with a little bit more anticipation and hang in the pocket and not got to worry about getting popped. So if your offline can figure this shit out, if the line can figure this shit out, you will have an offense. But ain't well, you can't pass block well, and because of that, both of those facets of your offense are struggling. Like we can break the film down and clearly see Dak Prescott being pressured from everywhere. His face, he getting pressure. Are you getting pressure from both ends? Because you got inconsistent tackle play. So I don't really know what the Dallas Cowboys.
And interior pressure, too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The Detroit
Man, in
Lions
his face.
dude, what's his name? Number 94, he got paid after our game. He put on so hard, they put some money on his head. Good Lord.
Man, that's crazy. Hold that thought, man. This is my old lady calling. Keep cooking.
Yeah, man. But I'll say this. We probably need to get ready to wrap it up in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But what type of questions y'all got about this team, man? I really want to hear what y'all thinking. What kind of ideas y'all got? I really feel like we need to make a trade. If we can't make a trade, we might be in trouble, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Asking every player to do better and stay better for the rest of the year, I don't know. That might sound a little delusional to me. What y'all think? Say, hey, every player on our team play better and stay better for the rest of the year. I don't know, y'all. That might be a little fantasy land right there. But I think if we was able to do some kind of trade, I think it'll give us an adrenaline shot. But it looked like Jerry ain't with it, man. It looked like Jerry ain't with it. That's a bad thing, man, because Jerry really just don't. It just seemed like he really ain't trying to win, y'all. He really ain't trying to win. Ice Cold said landlord could make a trade. What would it be? Me and him came up with a trade for somebody like John Mitchell. I know he just came back, had counsel and stuff like that, but he's over there in Texas land and not getting used to really, not getting too many reps, I don't believe. So they got a fully loaded wide receiver stable over there. That's a good player that we can put in the slot. I think Mitchell still got some years on him. He's young. He was very talented coming out of my Bama. You know what I'm saying? So I know it might be a little bias in there, but Mitchell was a good player. And I feel like he'll probably be the second best receiver coming straight through the gate. Like, real talk, in my opinion. But we need to be finding some young players that haven't panned out for some other teams that won't cost us a lot, that got high upside. That's what my mission gonna be over the next week throughout the bye. I'm gonna be finding players who we can possibly bring in that don't cost that much. That's what I'm gonna be trying to do. Me and Hen, Hen a researcher too. We're gonna be
Indeed.
trying to come up with a list of players that can help this football team. We're gonna put it out there. And then let's see if Jerry and them pick it up and do anything.
Yeah, and my boy said trade to Miami for a wide receiver and a defensive tackle or a 2025 fourth round pick. I believe that's entirely too late because it's gonna be it because two got their ass see if two can save their season. But moving Trey Lance is a question now because you move him. You know what I'm saying? And the time that the team he threw 5 interceptions in a fucking preseason game. They are not checking for Trey Lance like that now. If he had trade value, I think he lost a lot of it. But in regards to like somebody like DeAndre Hopkins would be, they're struggling one game. I don't really know the wide receiver to be weighted. Cooper and Mark Cooper option anyway. Amari probably saying F the Dallas Cowboys after how they did him. We knew Devontae Adams because of the way they move. Crazy that already had number one receiver to move for Adams. So now they actually got a 1-2 punch
Wow.
and Garrett Wilson, who was already been 1,000-yard wide receiver, and now they got Devontae Adams over there.
That must be nice, man. Must be nice.
Must
But
be
man, I'm
nice.
gonna have to get up out of here in a second, man. I don't know if you're gonna keep rocking or what.
Yeah, my service is going crazy right now, so I'm just gonna depart when you depart, man. So I appreciate everybody out there in Cowboys Nation taking the time out your day to tune in with us and show us some love. We've been on here for just about an hour, so thank y'all for everything. If you haven't already followed the YouTube channels yet, if you're watching from somewhere else, tap in, man. He said trade his internet connection. Hell yeah, I gotta trade the motherfucker, trade this bitch for a ham sandwich. So yeah, if you
Yeah,
ain't
that was just one thought, man. We're gonna come with a full plan. We done did this before. We're gonna come with a full plan and we're gonna put it out there for y'all. What you wanna do it like Friday, Saturday morning or something here, Saturday evening? Saturday morning.
we'll do it Saturday morning and call
Yeah.
it a day. We'll do it this
You
Saturday
know how
morning to
we
get it out
do.
the
We
way.
know how to we can do the over the cap. We can do all the free agents. We can figure this out, man. We can figure this out. The bye week, the best time to do that too.
Exactly. Cause listen, only thing I'm doing Sunday is hate watching.
Thanks.
But yeah, man, if y'all ain't followed the YouTube yet, come to YouTube, type in HTM Sports, tap in with your boy, hit the sub button. We on the road to 3,000 subs. So if you ain't subbed up yet, make sure you do so. Land, let them know where your YouTube is, man. And your Facebook,
Absolutely,
let them know where to
man.
find
I'll
you at.
let your boy Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on our social media, man. Listen, public service announcement. My Facebook is going crazy lately. I done surpassed my YouTube followers on Facebook. So hey man, y'all missing out on Facebook right now. Y'all gotta go tap in, man. Y'all can throw your boy some stars over there. That channel is monetized right now. And y'all know I'm going through some things with YouTube. I got a battle going on. So hopefully we get that resolved in a few months. It takes time. But man, y'all make sure y'all sub. All my Facebook people, I appreciate y'all. Y'all come over to YouTube and vice versa. And y'all make sure y'all go support Henry the More on Facebook, HTM on YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all go support these channels. We literally can't do this without y'all. If y'all want more shows, y'all want better production, we need y'all support. I'm telling you, like, hey, we doing this out of the love, y'all. And we really need y'all. I'm just being 100% honest. We doing this out of love, and we need y'all support. So make sure y'all do this, man, so we can keep on rocking for y'all.
Indeed, man. And hey, in the words of West Coast Cowboy, never look down because the star is up.